We're Trent Allie, and
we actually have a secret to share with you.
Today is a big day for many reasons.
Hey, look at that cat.
We're moving on from drywall mudding.
We've been sanding for what feels like 6 or 7 days.
And
it's only been a couple hours.
We're tackling the roof.
Extra grippy.
Yeah? How's it feel? Solid?
It's pretty sketchy.
Don't say that.
I can handle it.
And prepping for paint. But the biggest news of all is that
we are heading down into the valley to do something a little nerve-wracking, very exciting, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What's up, guys, and good morning. We have some gnarly stuff going on. We are trying so hard to get this drywall finished, and let me just let you guys in on a little secret. Drywall takes a lot of practice. Today we're probably going to start doing a little bit of sanding and getting ready for finish. We might finish all of the trim on the sunroof. I'm not quite sure, but I know today is going to be a day where we get a lot of work done.
All of the stories have been told. Secret places hidden well.
The weather has been, it's being a little bit temperamental. So the last week it's been raining a ton. It's actually been flooding in places in Utah because of how much rain we're getting. Normally, we don't really ever get rain. When people are like, oh, when it rains this, and I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't rain in Utah. It's been raining. Look at this swimming pool we got right here. And so we have been feeling like this last week, oh, fall is here. Summer is gone. It's gonna be nice and cold and we're gonna need sweaters and yada, yada, yada. Well, today's Tuesday and on Thursday, it's gonna be 100 degrees. So the weather is going pew, 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 pew. It's just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, in the sun, it actually feels really nice. I wish we were doing the roof today, but I need some reinforcements and a man lift to help me do the roof. And we don't have either of those things yet, but probably in a week, we're gonna be doing the roof on the big house. Really exciting. All right, I've already put another coat on this.
it looks good, actually.
As you guys saw when I first started putting mud on this, it was an absolute disaster. And that's probably what it looks like the first time people try to mud. And then what I'm doing now is probably what most drywall contractors get called in for after someone makes a huge mess and it's absolutely terrible. Then they're called the professional. The professional has to come in and fix their shoddy work. So I'm fixing my own shoddy work right now, and unfortunately this is the third coat going over this stuff to just try and smooth things out, and one of the corner beads is not really straight enough, but it is what it is.
It actually looks really good from here.
Yeah, from there it looks great.
Yeah.
Until it gets paint, it will probably look okay.
Well, it used to not look very good from here, so it's improving.
We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive.
All right, well, I just got done patching up this little hole right here.
Oh.
What actually happened is the RotoZip came over and it found what I thought was the inside of this fan, but it ended up being the stud or the joist next to the fan. So we cut this hole too big, and when I tried to test fit the shroud, it only came over to here, so there would just be this giant hole next to the fan. So I had to take a piece of drywall, kind of get it in there with some fiber tape and fill it with mud. Once that hardens, I can sand it a little bit, do another skim coat. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But with that being completed and me already doing all of the second coats on the corner beads, look how good this looks.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks pretty nice. There's some spots that we just won't focus on. But I think it's turning out really well. It's just taking a lot of time and a lot of effort, and now we're gonna move on to the most effort of all, which is sanding.
Clouds and thunders standing in my way. But I must try to figure it out anyway. Songs of worries traveling with the storm.
Oh my god. It's just a waterfall of sand.
So bad.
Where were you born?
I was born in the dark.
Figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out.
Wow, it is a dusty, sandstormy mess in the house, which is annoying right now, but really exciting because that means that we're so close to finishing drywall. This is the final coat, the first sand. I don't think there's going to be too much more sanding, but I think this first pass of sanding will take a very long time because they're trying to get it perfect. They're perfectionists, which I appreciate. They appreciate, even though it takes forever and it makes everybody a little bit crazy, but it's coming along really well. And I think since I don't really want to be in there and breathing in all the sand and dust, I'm going to use this opportunity to make everybody a little snack. We're out of eggs and cold cuts, so peanut butter and jelly sandwiches is really the best I can do today, but it's better than nothing. Hopefully it gives these guys a little bit of a break to refuel and recharge, because I know this is grueling, hot, and very uncomfortable work. Wow, you guys.
My nose hurts.
You look like the opposite of sunburnt.
Good.
Moonburnt.
They call me powder.
Is it going quickly?
I mean, yeah, but then like, as we're going, I'm just like seeing spots that we're gonna have to touch up
Yeah,
and like re-mud.
yeah. But that's part of the process, right?
Hi.
Part of the process if it's gonna take another month. Yeah, I can't take it, Mika. I just cannot take it. My arms and my shoulders are just not built for this. Maybe they used to be, but they're out of shape. We've been sanding for what feels like 6 or 7 days. It's only been a couple hours. Really, sanding like the corner seams along the ceiling and then the ceiling itself just has completely like gassed my arms. I can't even pick my arms up anymore. So we're gonna let the sanding go until tomorrow. I'm gonna climb up here, start trying to work on the rest of that trim for that roof, and then we gotta put the flashing that goes across the top, get it all riveted in. So we're gonna do that for the rest of the day.
Okay, we're switching gears a little bit and moving on to the roof, which needs to be finished, even though it's super hot and sunny outside. So luckily, we have not only the old straw hat, which is kind of getting destroyed, but brand new straw hats that were sent to us by a friend. Thank you very much, and they are going to get put to use right now. Can you catch this?
Try.
Hey.
Beautiful. I like that tropical theme on the underside though. Lucky for Brandon, he's got one too.
Ooh. Do I have the cool floral pattern underneath?
What is it? I don't know.
Nope, I got ammo. Camo.
Camo.
Ammo camo. Hey, it works.
That's nice.
And yes, I have a ball cap underneath.
We're making a lot of progress. I'm not gonna lie, up there on top of the roof, it doesn't really look that good, but I basically just made that corner right there and got all the trim attached and riveted down. And it looks pretty good from here. And it looks even better from Brandon's house, as he would say. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move to the back of the house and get the trim down the side of the back of the roof. And then I just have to put the flashing that goes against the house at the top of the roof that makes it so water can't get up the top of the roof underneath the siding and stuff. Once that piece goes on, this roof is completely done. Then we just gotta do the high one. But next week, we have a man lift. Everybody has a different name for that machine, a man lift, a cherry picker, whatever you call it. We have one coming next week. We're gonna pull it up here. We're gonna lift ourselves up. We're gonna get all the little pieces attached and start putting on the roof. And I think our buddy Sean is actually gonna come and help us because he's a little more comfortable on the roof in the harness than Brandon is. So we're making a lot of headway. We're not doing any drywall right now, but we're finishing the roof.
All right, my dear,
Going up.
good luck.
I haven't even been on the roof since we put this roofing on. Brandon's been the only one that gets the pleasure of going up here. Oh, this is gonna be really bad.
What?
So whoever built this house is an idiot. And
That's not true.
let's just say this wall right here was one of the first walls we framed. And the top plate ended up being shaped like a rainbow. Which at the time you're like, no big deal. Just throw it up. We'll figure it out. We'll fudge it later. There's no fudging that later. We fudged the fascia. We made it work. But now it's gonna be really hard to fudge this trim piece to like make the rainbow shape. So we'll see what happens.
Extra grippy.
Yeah? How's it feel? Solid?
It's pretty sketchy.
Don't say that.
I can handle it. Oh gosh,
Be careful.
I'm slipping.
You want some gloves?
No, then I'll definitely be sliding off here.
Over the clouds, across the ocean, I was trying to hide from my emotions, but now they're here to confront. Breathing in my neck, they're catching up. Simple as I try to make things just don't work anymore. I can't
Everybody talks a lot about how when you're pregnant, you just are really tired all the time, and that it usually gets better in the second trimester, but the first and third trimester are just like pretty uncomfortable and pretty exhausting. And you always hear that, or at least I always heard that, and was like, yeah, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's not going to be a big deal. And now that I'm almost at my third trimester, I have about 2 weeks left until my third trimester, I cannot believe how tired random little small things make me. I normally just like hang out with the guys, I help wherever I can, I film as much as possible, and now I have to bring a chair around with me because just the act of filming is exhausting. It's really easy to start getting down on myself and start to feel incompetent and incapable and completely useless on the build, but I just keep having to remind myself that I'm growing a human. This is part of the process. You're gonna be a little bit tired, and you just can't always do everything that you used to be able to do as well as you used to be able to do it. So I'm enjoying the process. I'm trying to just like not get hung up on the fact that I need to just be sitting in a chair while I'm filming and hanging out. And in the meantime, they're doing an amazing job, and they're almost done with the sunroom roof, the sunroof.
All right,
You're crushing
the
it.
roof is taking longer than I thought it was gonna take. It's just like that last trim piece that we had to put on in the back. Remember what I was saying about how the roof is shaped like a rainbow? Well, we're basically trying to put a square peg in a round hole when we're trying to put the angled piece on like that curved piece. So it looks utterly terrible.
But it's the only place on the roof that looks like that.
Yeah.
And the main roof will be so much easier.
And there's a couple small details that I like realized, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I shouldn't. And now, like, when we do the main roof where you can like see everything, it should be done properly and look really nice. I hope. I actually have no idea. I know we're gonna have the cherry picker, so it's gonna be a lot easier and less stressful while we're putting all of the stuff on. So that should help a lot. And now that we did all of the panels on the sunroof, I figured out how to like hem the bottom and make it look nice and crisp and neat. There's some hems on the sunroom that do not look nice and neat and crisp, but the rest of the roof hopefully will. So it was a heck of a day.
We're wrapping up for the day, and I've been trying to do all this research on baby products and things for the baby, and something really exciting just showed up in the mail from Newton Baby. And Newton Baby is the sponsor of today's video. Newton Baby is bringing safer sleep to babies and peace of mind to parents with revolutionary breathable sleep surfaces. Designed with breathe-through technology, their mattresses allow you to literally breathe right through them, significantly reducing the risk of suffocation. They're completely hypoallergenic, free of off-gassing, completely washable, and even come with a 100-night sleep trial to make sure they're the perfect mattress for your baby. I'm so excited that our baby will have something safe and sweet to sleep on. I've done so much research on cribs and mattresses. Your baby actually spends 17 hours a day and up to 70% of the first year of their life in their crib, so the mattress is important. If you guys want to check out Newton Baby and get a crib mattress for your family, click our link in the description and you'll actually get $50 off plus free shipping on your Newton Crib Mattress. Thanks again to Newton Baby for sponsoring today's video. We are going to put this away and see you guys in the morning.
All right, guys, good morning. Yesterday we got pretty much all of the sanding done. Now today we have to go through and maybe do like some little touches up here and there and a little bit of more sanding, and then we should be done with drywall. And I have to say, I think that it's turning out really, really nice, especially compared to how we thought it was going to turn out. I'm really pleased with it. So we're gonna be doing that today. There is like 2 more pieces of flashing that needs to be going on the sunroom roof. And then I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We have a man lift coming so we can do the main roof. And it's not gonna be here till like the middle of next week or something, so.
Paint.
Who knows what we're gonna, yeah, maybe paint. I don't know, maybe we'll start priming things. That could be really exciting. Anyway, Brandon just got here. We're gonna head inside and get to work.
Now it seems like no one's gonna wait for it. Oh, it's gonna be alright if you just hold tight. But you have to wait until.
Well, this is as far as we made it today. Feeling really lazy.
It's a gorgeous, actually the shade is perfect.
It's just nice and warm right now. It's gonna be super hot today. Yeah. But it feels really nice and warm
I
right
think
now.
Today's another 100-degree day.
That's what they said.
I was really enjoying this 80 degrees. I was like, oh, fall's right around the corner. I'm excited. Nope, just kidding. It's 100 degrees today.
There'll be no way and no more sorrow.
It's looking really good in here. I think there's a couple different spots that need like some minor touch up. There's a couple holes that need to be like skim coated, or a couple pieces that are a little bit proud and uneven and need just like one more very thin coat. But overall, it looks really good. We are almost there. And before it gets too hot though, we're gonna finish the sunroom roof and then come back inside and just wrap up the drywall.
So normally I think we would start out by working on the drywall and trying to get maybe the little tidbits fixed in here, but first we do need to actually wipe all the walls with like a damp cloth and get all the dust off of all the joints and kind of try to use a light to inspect where there might be imperfections or spots that we need to touch up. But I don't think there's gonna be many. There's maybe like between 5 and 10 spots I think in the entire house that need to have like another little skim coat and then be sanded. One of those spots is in the bedroom where I tried to do the corner beads, but that's neither here nor there. I'm really excited because I think after we get these wiped down, it's probably only like another day worth of work and we're done with drywall. But Allie is actually gonna start taking a wet t-shirt and wiping down all the walls, getting all of the dust off, and Brandon and I are actually gonna go outside and finish doing the flashing on the sunroom roof so that it is completely finito. Ready? Break.
We're going under, and there's nothing we can do. You've become me, and I've become you in this story. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest. The final hour before we let it go to rest. And our story.
All right, we're getting after it. It's not super hot yet, but I know it's going to be in just a couple hours, so I'm glad we got an early start for today. But I was curious because a lot of you guys said, why don't we just hire out drywall? It's not that expensive. They would knock it out in 3 or 4 days, and then we would have saved so much time and money and effort and energy and be on to something else. So I did some research and I made some phone calls and I got a couple bids for drywall. Now let's say we had hung all the drywall ourselves and then called somebody else in to tape and mud and do all the drywall finishing and sanding. The bids came back between $7,000 and $11,000. It's too high. We would not pay that. That's way too much. I think it was about maybe $1,500 for all of the tools, about $1,500 for all of the materials. And then it's taken us a couple weeks, but now we have all these new skills that we've learned how to do, and we've spent way less money than if we had hired it out. So it's taken longer, but I definitely would not have done it any other way. We are at the finish line. We are about to cross it today. And I'm really happy with the way it's turning out.
All right, so I'm up here on the roof, and if you can see where there's footprints, there's basically like a fine layer of like dirt that's blown around or dirt that's been in the rain, and it's basically makes this roof actually rather slippery. So we've got the hose up here. I'm gonna use the hose and I'm just gonna spray down the roof so that it gets that fine layer of dirt off there, and then our tennis shoes will grip on the roof and it won't be so sketchy to be up here. So let her rip, Brandon.
When everyone folds, your fork still holds. Your place in your bed, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice.
Nice catch.
You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass.
Hey, look at that cat.
Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your
Right.
boots when I use my witch.
Hey.
Did you catch that?
In my elbow pit.
No! Wow, dream team right there. They're almost done. They have 2 more rivets to screw in and a little bit of caulk on the flashing, and then that's it. But Trent has now broken 2 drill bits, and Brandon went to his truck to see if he had a spare one that we could borrow. Hopefully Trent doesn't break this one. And then we're almost done.
All right, guys, we are out here absolutely slaying it. And I think, I mean, you guys let us know in the comments what you think, but I think this is looking really, really sharp. And obviously we're just putting it together. It's origami and it can be good or it can be bad. It kind of just depends on how good of a job you do and how you kind of tighten everything up. And there's like definitely a couple spots that I wouldn't necessarily show somebody that is critiquing my work, but I think for the most part it turned out really nice. Now this piece of flashing here just stops water coming off of the siding and just sends it down onto the roof so nothing gets behind, and the siding actually overlaps with that piece down there so that no water can get in and touch the insulation or anything like that. But we got the whole area right here flashed. Now I just have to do those little corner pieces, caulk the cracks. We're ready to go inside, which it's probably about 90 degrees out here. This black roof is burning my feet through my shoes and I'm sweating like a pig, so I can't wait to get this finished.
Witchcraft. I'm gonna use my witchcraft.
get one last look down that beautiful little flashing piece right there. Probably looks pretty good, or at least maybe you're saying it looks pretty bad, but I think it looks pretty good. And I'm really excited because now we're completely done with the roof on the sunroom. We just have to put siding on the sunroom and the exterior of it is completely done. Now we got to move up and start doing the roof on the big part of the house. And that's gonna come in the middle of next week when the man lift comes, and it's probably gonna take a week just to do that upper roof, even though I feel like it should only take a day or two. It's just kind of the way it goes around here. We're gonna head inside. I think Allie's got a lot of the walls wiped down, and maybe I'm gonna put some more skim coats of mud on. Then we'll be able to sand, and you'll never have to watch us do drywall again.
Look at you.
Oh, I'm so glad that's over.
It's done.
It's done.
2 more roofs to go.
No more roofing ever.
A lot of bigger roofing on the way.
A lot of bigger roofing. That was the easy roof.
I know.
The walls look amazing. You know what I say? I say we just paint it.
I agree, actually. I was pretty thoroughly looking at everything as I was washing and scrubbing the walls. There's a couple little nicks and knacks, but it's very difficult to notice unless you're really staring.
Should we just spray texture the whole house?
No. No, we should not do that.
I want to have smooth walls. I think drywall is literally just the tip of the iceberg as far as the finishing trades go, because then you've got painting and trim work and cabinets and all the other final stuff that you see. And it's daunting to think that after this we have to take on all of these other trades where you're gonna see it forever. But
the main one being that.
No, that's really, the ceiling is so far away, no one will ever see the problems.
Yeah.
I don't even care. You need a ladder to pick my work apart rather than the ceiling, but I just don't really care anymore, you know? I really want it to be perfect, but if there's a couple imperfections, then, it gives it character, as people say. So I'm gonna throw some mud in that little mud pan, mix it up with some water, and I'm gonna try and do some skim coats on the stuff that looks like it needs a little help. And I'm throwing in the towel.
Who am I to say what you should want and what you should need? Who am I to say for what your heart should bleed? No, no. I can only tell you about me, so listen now. The night falls down, a new day breaks. The world goes round in its tracks again. While I wait for a bigger shake, I want a hard quake,
I've gotten about half of the main floor vacuumed, and then the vacuum got super clogged because there's just so much drywall dust all over everything. And Brandon, the champ that he is out there cleaning the filter for me. But also just look at how cute this is. Sun hat 1, sun hat 2. It's
need to hang yours
adorable.
up
I
now.
love it.
And if the jury's still out, then you're a lot like me. The night falls down, a new day breaks. The world goes round in its tracks again.
We have created a nightmare situation.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's super dusty. We need to shower. It's just everywhere. It gets on everything. But it's totally clean. Trent did a couple more spots up here that need to be touched up. We're not going to show you super closely.
That spot's a problem.
That one, yeah. You did the bathroom ceiling also?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. I showed you guys this the other day when I was trying to get it patched up. And it's looking pretty darn good, I think. So all we gotta do is sand that tomorrow, and then the shroud will actually cover the perimeter, so it'll look fine. It's just that this hole was 1.5 inches that way, so.
Cool, that's not a problem.
I think we fixed it, and maybe it looks like I didn't do it myself. Who knows?
I'm excited because tomorrow we're going to paint. We're picking up some supplies today. We have a couple errands to run. We actually have a secret to share with you. I don't know how much of it we're going to share, but we're going to take you along with us.
Can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life.
All right, we are freshened up, all cleaned up. I got you a limonata
Ooh.
San Pellegrino.
Thank you, sir.
We are heading down into the valley to do something a little nerve-wracking, very exciting, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So we're gonna head down into the valley.
Beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
So we're not actually gonna tell you guys everything about this project or everything that's going on, but we are gonna give you a big hint in just a second. But first I wanted to say, I really hope you guys enjoyed coming along on today's adventure. Make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Also, leave a comment below and see if you can tell us what you think this project is.
We are super excited, and you're gonna be finding out more in the next couple videos, I promise. But for today, this is as much as we can share right now. Thank you again to Newton Baby for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
See you guys on the next one.
You know we're gonna have a really good time. Driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair.